been keeping track of anything that's been going. Check, hello. Good morning, good morning. It is September 15th, 8:46 in the morning, and I am a little fired up today, to say the least. Yesterday was the recall election. I made bold predictions I wouldn't get any results for the recall election until next week, but somehow they were able to count almost 10 million votes, or they were able to count close to 10 million votes by the by 9 o'clock last night California time. So within about 12 hours of receiving votes, they were able to count them all and say that, yeah, Newsom won the election. Let's just be clear about something. The news articles say that Newsom won the recall election. There's no winning a recall election. You just didn't get enough people to get out and vote to kick you out of office. But you did have enough people that were fired up enough, that disliked you enough to get out of their house during a pandemic and sign some petitions. So I think that speaks volumes about your leadership. You shouldn't be happy that, to be clear, there's also, I'm not saying there's any voter fraud happening. I'm just saying that it just so happens that you got more popular than your 2018 election. That's right, folks. The percentage of votes that Newsom received during the recall was higher than when he was elected into office in 2018. I'm curious to see. I'm sure they're going to still count votes through today, but there's not enough votes left to be counted that'll change the election. So, hey, it is what it is. The people voted, and we still have Newsom. I guess more people are pro Newsom than I thought. I guess more people are idiots than I thought. Just kidding. Just if you voted no, I'm not saying you're an idiot. It was just a joke. I don't see what you see in his leadership. I don't see even the fact. Okay, even if he is. Just to be clear, not everybody was voting for another Republican. There was Democrats that voted to have a different Democrat. Okay. It wasn't like everybody was voting for the same guy. Okay. There was a lot of people that voted for a Democrat nominee, and for his replacement, and I didn't I don't remember his name, but anyways, that's not really what I'm here to talk about today. I just can't not talk about today. The title I have for the live stream is Post Met Gala 2021. The Met Gala was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Was it 2 days ago? When was it? It was on Monday, so it was 2 days ago. And I just can't not talk about it. Okay. By now we've all seen this. We've all seen this picture or this dress from AOC, and it says tax the rich. And I can't with this chick. I'm so sick and tired of her. At first, I kind of bought into her story. you know, wait, like I'm talking, when I say at first, I'm talking about like the day she was elected. She defied the odds. She she defied the odds. She ran up against someone who has been the staple of the district that she's in for a very long time, and she won. She went door to door to try to get votes. But this dress of hers that says "tax the rich" at one of the most expensive and who's who and exclusive events held in New York City as a quote unquote fundraiser. I look at it as I don't think she realizes that really rich people come to do these things for tax write offs. Look, and this is something else I want to point out. Notice no mask, no mask, no mask. But look at the people that are there. And there's other pictures that are more egregious. Like the servers, the people running the event, they're all masked. They're all masked. They're all masked. Look at her. She's so proud of herself. I can't do it with her. I can't. But she's proven time and time and again that she's just an idiot. She is. Look, and I know you're about to come at me and say you're gonna roast. You're sitting here being mean about a politician. Look, if you're in a position of leadership, you're gonna get roasted. You're gonna get criticized, and you should. If you're in a point of public leadership, not only is she, look, the thing is that she's made national headlines, and her district is not very big. She's freaking out of New York City. She doesn't nationally represent anybody. She's not even a governor. She's literally not even a governor. She's in charge of kind of nothing. You think about it. And I just remember seeing these videos of her after she was elected, and I was looking for this video. Okay, I was looking for this video of her that I saw last night, and then I saw it again this morning, and I couldn't find it, and I stumbled across some of her old tweets that I would just like to share. Okay, because people did criticize her over this, and she was saying, then she came out with a video and said, "We're not talking tax the rich as in doctors, lawyers. That's what they want you to think that we mean. We mean like the millionaires. We mean the super rich." Okay, I remember when Bernie Sanders said that he wanted to tax millionaires and billionaires. And then Bernie Sanders became a millionaire, and now he says he only wants to tax billionaires. She only wants to tax people that are slightly richer than her. She makes over 100, I think it's like $170 or $175,000 a year. She's not struggling. Okay? And then I just here's her tweet from May 11th, 2019. "When we say tax the rich, we mean nesting doll yacht rich, for profit prison rich, Betsy DeVoy, I don't know who that is, student loan shark rich, trick the country into war rich, subsidizing workforce with food stamps rich. Because that kind of rich is simply not good for society, and it's like 10 people." She's referring to millionaires as if all millionaires are bad. And the way I know that is because if you read any of her tweets, she's talking about millionaires. She's talking about taxing millionaires. Okay? She thinks there's like, she's using these terms to try to sway you into thinking that we're just trying to tax bad people. I don't know what you would defy a bad person, but she makes you think that she's doing some hero stance. Meanwhile, this is from 2019. She's said multiple times that she's talking about millionaires, and she thinks there's not that many millionaires. She said, and it's like 10 people. How many of you want to guess how many millionaires there are in America? I pulled up the number, and it's a lot more than I thought. How many millionaires are there in the US? 18.6 million millionaires. Like a few more than 10. You're only off by 18.5999 million. Oh wait, 9999999 million. She was only off by 18,599,990. Off by a little bit there, AOC. Like I said at the beginning, I'm gonna say it right now, if you are in public office, you are going to get criticized. So you need to have your ducks in a row. You need to not be an idiot. Now, she says some good things. I'm gonna defend her on some of this stuff. I read a lot of her tweets. Okay, so I'm gonna defend her tweet on this. I think she brings up a pretty decent point with this. This is when she was going the transition from waitressing to, you know, raking in paychecks as a member of Congress. Now I'm going through a huge income transition. This is quote AOC on Twitter. Can you see it? Yeah, you can. Now I'm going through a huge income transition compared to living off tips, which was different pay every week. Very hard. Sorry, I'm trying to read her Twitter, and it's like the way she types it out is different than how I talk. So I'm trying to quote her word for word, so that way I don't get dinged for having like put words in her mouth or something. Now I'm going through a huge income transition compared to living off tips, which different pay every week, very hard, and I have health insurance, all caps health insurance, which now means I have fewer expenses. That's not true, AOC. For the record, if you have health insurance, unless your job 100% pays for health insurance, I think she means like whatever. According to banks, I would be more, quote, responsible. But my character hasn't changed, just my math. What she says is true. I defend her on this point. I relate it to kind of this. When I was in the Marine Corps, getting promoted from E3, which is Lance Corporal, to E4 Corporal is a big deal, especially in my job field. I was in the infantry. Not everybody will make it to Corporal in my job field in the infantry in the Marine Corps. And at least when I was in, I don't know, it could be different now, but it goes from being just regular enlisted to a non-commissioned officer, which is like kind of a big deal. Now, I was an E3 for a very long time. I had done a deployment as an E3. I had done a lot of different things as an E3, as a Lance Corporal. And I was already in leadership positions that normally a corporal or sergeant would have as a Lance Corporal. Okay? But I was looked at by my chain of command. I was looked at a certain way because I was an E3 and I was Lance Corporal. It was really hard for me to basically lead the way I wanted to, because I didn't get the same respect from higher ups, right? Because of the rank I had on my collar. And then one day I got promoted. And that same day I got promoted, I got treated instantly differently. As if I'm somehow smarter, as if I'm somehow better at leadership, as if I'm somehow this or somehow that. I had already had leadership positions. The only thing that changed was their view of me and the way they respected me. Okay? My knowledge of how to lead didn't change just because that 10 seconds it took them to stamp a different rank on my collar, or them printing a piece of paper saying I'm a corporal now. My knowledge of leadership didn't change. The way I was treated, the way I was viewed at by higher ups changed. So I kind of defend her on this point. It kind of applies to different areas of life. And then she goes on to have quotes like the tweets like this, talking about how this tweet from Chase is so bad when Chase is trying to give you advice on how to save money, about like, you don't need to take a cab if it's only 3 blocks. You have coffee at home. You don't need to go out to eat. There's some food in the fridge. And she's like saying that the idea, if you choose to have any expense beyond mere animalistic survival, an iced coffee, a cab for after an 18-hour shift on your feet. You deserve suffering, eviction, or skipped medicine. They're not talking about medicine at all. They're not talking about somebody who did work an 18-hour shift. Also 3 blocks. What's 3 blocks after an 18-hour shift? That's like, look, anybody can walk 3 blocks. Anybody. My Meemaw was just in town. She's like really old. She's like 70 something. She would walk like mini blocks while she was here. Okay. She's kind of an idiot. She says some things that, like, at the surface level, seem good, seem like she's pro the working class. And she says things like, then she has the balls to say at the Met Gala, I'm a part of the working class. Bitch! No, you're not. You are not part of the working class. What is there a what classifies working class? Okay. Economists in the United States generally define working class as adults without a college degree. In this sense, the working class includes both white and blue-collar workers, manual and menial workers of all types, excluding only individuals who derive their income from business ownership and the labor of others. I guess she is not. I guess she is working class, but she's in public office, so I don't know. I just don't. Look, we have to understand that a good story doesn't always make a good politician. A good story doesn't always make a good leader. Okay? Because her story's cool. Her story's good. She went from waiting bartenders, and then 1 year later, she was like won a seat in Congress. Okay? But y'all, a lot of people criticize Trump for being an idiot at times, including myself. But you're not going to criticize someone like AOC. I just want to see criticism from both sides about the same topics. Okay? That's it. I don't believe that AOC is fit for leadership. I don't think a lot of our politicians are. But she's highlighted right now, so we're going to talk about it. You do things like that at the Met Gala, like this, like showing up in this dress, which you could have not put red letters that say tax the rich and you would have still stuck out. But you had to go and try to make some point. And other people were doing it too. But they were on brand. Or they were not really hypocritical. There was, what I mean by that is, like, there was a football player who's now a spokesperson at ESPN. He graduated from the University of Texas. He had a suit tailor-made, and then he's a black guy, and on the suit he has names of victims from police brutality. That's not hypocritical of him. But AOC showing up in this horrendous dress, well, would have not been horrendous if she just didn't put these red letters on there that really stick out, that also look like, I don't know, a second grader put them on. I think they were trying to go for like a scary Halloween horror kind of look. I mean, we are. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry, I'm saying bye to people in the Facebook chat. I think they're maybe going for like a horror, like axe murderer theme look on this. I don't know, but point being is, you do some outlandish things, you're gonna get outlandish, feedback. I'm not the only one who would say these things about AOC. I'm just the only one that'll put my face on it, put it up in public, and then defend it using logical arguments. Because I don't care about getting canceled. I've already been canceled. Well, I've already been shadow banned. Don't care. If you're listening to this, I don't have a huge audience, but if you're listening to this, you probably got it directly, directly sent to you. You didn't come across this from algorithms. You didn't come across this podcast because of you were strolling on Facebook and it was like a discover thing. You probably came across this manually sent to you by someone you know or by me. And that's why I think everybody who shares, who likes the podcast, on any platform, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, because we're live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you're listening right now. That means if you're listening on some sort of podcast platform such as Spotify or Google Podcasts or whatever. I'm not on Apple Podcast. I should set that up. But if you're listening, then you didn't catch the show live, which means you're just listening, which is fine. But if you would like to catch the show while we're live and be interactive with the show, go to JJ's live show on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, and you can follow on either of those on any of those platforms. I've been told that Twitch is the best viewing experience. However, you can follow if you like watching on Facebook or YouTube. Do all that. I can see the chat in all three. But when you do that, make sure you hit the like button. If you're listening right now or watching right now, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you comment. Say hello at the very minimum so we can get more people in here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. That's all I got to say for today. Again, I appreciate you guys coming in, and I would like to see y'all next time. So until next time, catch y'all on the flippity flip. Peace. Look 'em.